Over 100,000 people travelled to central London this weekend for a demonstration organised by Tommy Robinson. It's being described as one of the largest nationalist rallies Britain has ever seen. We went to ask people in their own words why they chose to attend.
We, as British people, no matter what race, what creed, where you come from, if you're born in Britain, we should be put first. And that's it.
We supported our country. Lots of other people support the country in their own way. But everybody here, by a certain demographic, is smeared as being far right.
And you don't feel like you're far right for being
right. I voted Labour in the past.
I'm too old to be a far right man. I'm 64 years old. I've got grandchildren. I'm worried about them.
Keir Starmer is a politician, but he's also a human rights lawyer. And I think he's looking after his human rights reputation, and the amount of illegals that have come over on the boats. He has no idea where he's going to put them or house them. I think he should stand down.
People say Tommy Robinson is a far-right figure. Is that something that you see?
Tommy piqued my interest in about 2013, 2014. I've never heard him say anything explicitly racist. I know that he doesn't like Islam, and I think that there are problems with the religion or the ideology of Islam, whatever you want to call it. I think you've just got a lot of genuine working class people who want to have their voices heard. I've not seen anything that would indicate that these people are racist, no.
It's the ones coming in on the boats, and they clearly have one thing in their minds: to take over. If we're not going to become Muslim, they're going to try and push us out one way or the other, whether it's going to be violently or whether we're just going to disappear. But they're not here to do us any good.
They're constantly just non-stop. Not happy they never owned a passport, never been out of this country, but yet they can come in here, put them in top-class hotels while people are struggling.
To say that we don't want immigrants here is a far-right position. How would you respond to that?
If far-right is what that is, then it's a good position to be in. You cannot be quiet about this because it's England, it is the Church of England, it is Christian. We don't want to be Muslim.
It's not a black-white thing at all, far from it. In fact, a lot of the YouTubers and people I follow, a lot of them are black and ethnic YouTubers, and they're supporting these things.
Yeah, people just probably hear from everyone, so they've just had enough.
This is the first ever protest that I've been to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's kind of a big deal to me. The reason that I sort of came out was just, I suppose what everyone would say would be to stand behind a common cause. That cause being illegal immigration. Legal immigration is absolutely great for this country, and I truly love it, and it's really what makes this country amazing, what makes it great. But to pinpoint illegal immigration, I feel like, not just for me, but for a lot of people here, that's what we have the problem with, specifically that.
How do you feel about someone like Nigel Farage?
Yeah, we love Nigel Farage. I like Ben Habib. I think they're great. Ant Middleton for mayor, definitely. It's a great country, and we've got grandchildren, and we want to give them a nice future.
It's not the government's job, and it's not the BBC's job to dictate subjects you cannot talk about. That is why we are wearing, and even people like Farage, he wouldn't have got anywhere near being electable without that shutdown. So you don't blame Farage. It's not his cult status. It's not his success. Nothing to do with his success. It's to do with the failure of every political party and too many local governments, not all of them, since has put this country and a lot of Europe and a lot of America in that position.
There's loads of women here. People who say it's far out are just deluded, really, and they don't really see the real problems of the UK and stuff like that.
I just wondered if you might be up for telling me a bit about what's brought you here today.
It depends who you are.
Spectator?
Spectator.
Are they not lefty?
Pardon?
Are they a lefty?
Well, if you're left or if we're not interested, also you have to be independent. Are you independent? You're not, are you? As in, we only have people that are on the ground that are independent reporters.
No worries. So we're in Trafalgar Square. We've walked up from the bottom of Whitehall where we were speaking to the other Tommy Robinson supporters. We've come to the top expecting to see the counterprotesters, but for some reason, if you look down Whitehall, You can see the screens and the stage for the organised march. The counter-protesters have become wedged in there. I don't know how it's happened, but it has become quite violent. There's not necessarily a festival attitude here anymore. Cans of beer are being thrown, there's a lot of blood, fireworks are being set off, and it's getting pretty spicy.
We were down there in the counter-protest, and they were coming up on the left, and they started letting in like guys with big metal rods. There was this guy that walked past with a big metal rod. I just think it's important to like show that we care about the way that refugees are being targeted in this country. Just to put your body out on the street, and I feel like these demonstrations has had such an effect on our government, and we've been slipping to the right in parties that like said they were on the left originally, or at least that they cared about people. And the more people come out and say this, the more that our government is targeting refugees. So I wanted to come out and show that I don't agree with that.
They're worried about the state of the country, but the reason that people are homeless and on our streets, the reason that there's massive amounts of violence against women and girls is because we don't have the social services that we need in this country. We don't have the public investment that we need. And our communities are falling apart. But that's not because we've got some refugees coming to the country.
I think I saw a sign earlier which kind of summed up the misinformation being spread by Tommy Robinson, which is the average UK taxpayer pays £2 for refugees and then £3,000 for tax avoiders. It's just a misdirection of where people's anger should be targeted.
Do you think you
Spectator is racist? Yeah, I do.
Do you think you can separate conservatism and what Tommy Robinson believes in?
Yeah, but the Spectator isn't conservatism, it's racism.
Okay. Fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their view at the Spectator.
I'm here because my country's having the same problem, and we just want to make it great again.
When you come to something like this and you support causes like his, it makes you far right.
There's a load of rubbish.